Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you a particular blush technique that I really like. It's my watercolour blush technique. I did it in my last video and it was for the more theatrical look that I did on Ava Green, so I was happy to show it for that. But then lots of the comments were like, I really like this technique and I would actually do it on a regular day. This is something that I would actually do on a regular day, and I do it on lots and lots of my clients. I also do it for magazines. I think the reason I haven't done it before here on my channel is because I felt like, is it making it really complicated for people? But now that you guys have seen it anyway, I can show you how easy it actually can be. And I think what's nice is that lots of us do have different shades of blush hanging around. It's quite hard to get through your blush sometimes because you might like different colours at different times of year, and this is a way of using up all your blush. So I've already done my foundation and I've done my concealing. I've put concealer under my eyes, I did some pinpoint concealing, I put a little bit of mascara just through my upper lashes. You don't really need to do that first, I think I was just trying to look nice. So I'm starting by using some primer just on my eyelids. This will just neutralise the colour a little bit and give the blush something to stick to. You could use regular primer, or you could use anything that's like a tinted paint pot or something like that. I thought today I'd use powder blush because it's easier with powder blush. You can do it with creams as well, and you can also do it with liquids. So I'm going to show you some of the sort of colours that I would use. These are just a couple of the palettes that are inside my Pro kit. So just you see like lots of oranges and pinks. I've got lots of other palettes here as well, stronger pinks, lighter pink. So it's just really getting out all of your blushes that you use regularly and having a look through them and just seeing which ones you'd like to work with. And it is a bit like painting. I mean, it really is. Now, depending on how dewy your foundation is, you might need just to put a little bit of powder over the area that you're going to be using the powder blush on, just because you need all of those colours to really blend seamlessly. So you're priming your skin with a light layer of powder, unless it's already a matte foundation, in which case that's absolutely fine. And if you were going to do it with creams, then you put it directly on top of your foundation, you wouldn't powder. So I like to use a mixture of matte blushes and ones with a little bit of colour in them. Half of these I don't know what colour they are, so I'm going to have to put it up on screen afterwards because they're all stuck into palettes. So this is a really light one. This is probably not even showing up yet, but it's almost like you're priming first with something that you're going to be able, like a transition colour, if you like, that you might use when you're doing your eyeshadow. So I'm going to put this around the top of the cheekbones. This has some shimmer in as well, so it also acts like a highlighter. If you think you're going to be heavy-handed, just have some cotton wool pads handy, the big flat ones, and you can buff away with that, or a sponge. So now I'm going to use something with a bit more of a peachy vibe. I'm going to bring this one onto my brow bone a little bit. I really don't know what I'm doing here, I'm just playing. I'm also going to use quite a neutral coloured blush. Some of the Surratt ones are almost like, they have lots of like skin tony ones for different skin tones, and this one feels to me like almost like a colour that would be close to my natural shading. I mean, it is a blush, but I'd almost use it to like an eyeshadow, really. So it's a little bit different to draping, which was using one colour and really using it almost to sculpt. This is more about just creating a feeling and a colour, a mood of colour around the eyes and cheeks. So I'm going to go back in with, this is quite a bright pink now. I'm going to bring that onto the apples of the cheeks. And then I'm going to go again with a more, it's almost like a blue tone. This is an Urban Decay one. This is called Obsessed. It's like a blue tone pink. I'm going to put that on my, up on the top of my brow bone. And then blend it up. That one's quite lilac-y on me, matching what I'm wearing. So for this, I'm going to mix a Tom Ford one with a Troy Surratt one, just to give more of a tawny vibe underneath. So we're not going for a really like 70s glam look. It definitely needs to feel more watercolory, more painterly in a way, but in a soft way. And really the colour all depends on your skin tone. So if they're blushes that you own already, they probably already suit you. If you were thinking of doing this and you didn't really own a lot of blushes, you could buy a palette. Like this one is really nice, I saw the other day, by NARS, which has lots of different colours in. If you have a deeper, richer skin tone, then shades like this, obviously deeper shades. Otherwise it just gets too pastel-y. As much as I like this look on my skin tone, it would just look too ashy on a richer skin tone. So just adapt the colours or use what you have in your stash. So that's a slightly more tawny vibe. And then I think I'm going to put a tiny bit more pink, but one which has some, this one, I don't know who this is by, but it has a little bit more pearl in it. Just going to put that at the top there, slightly lilac-y. And then I think I'm going to put my peachy one that I used before, intensified at the outer corner of my, ooh, that was way too strong. I'm going to have to blend that one in. Q-tip, please. It's definitely a nice look for spring. Now, before I add any more colour, I'm going to finish my makeup. So I'm going to do my mascara and anything else that I want to finish off. And then I can just see how this is all settling in. See if I want to add any more pops of colour. Because I think in the corner of my eye I'm going to put one of the more lavendery blush colours. Or maybe orangey. I'm not sure yet. So adding some mascara or some eyeliner, it just depends what you feel you look good with. So if you find that when you've got all these blush colours on, you just don't like the way your face looks, maybe you feel like you need more definition, then you can definitely add some liner, or you could put a smudge of kind of a neutral shadow all around your lash line if you really want that extra definition. I'm just going to put mascara on for now, and then I may even add, I might add a light pencil actually inside my eye so my eye pops a little bit more, but it's really depending on what you feel comfortable with, so just do whatever you're kind of happy with. So I'm going to use an off-white pencil through my lower lash line, and with all these blush tones around your eyes, as I say, if you want to go stronger with your pencil colours, do. I'm going to use a dark brown through my upper waterline just to give that some kind of grounding, because otherwise it can go a little bit rabbity, a little bit pink eye. Particularly if you're like me, I suit the pink blush colours more than the orange. So although I'm mixing them all in together, the overriding colour is going to be more pink just because it suits me better. So now I'm going to use a hint of quite a bright blush. It's a strong coral colour, this one. So a good tip for that is to put some powder on your brush already. So you're diluting the strength. In fact, with all of these colours, whenever you're doing this technique, always put a little bit of blush on and make sure you're not putting too much on, so you can take a little bit off on the back of your hand, because you want to build up slowly. Lighter colours first, then start to mix your darker colours, let them all kind of mush in together. So this is the more corally colour. I'm going to brush this just in the inner corner of my eyes. A touch more powder just to diffuse that. And then I might use that same colour so it's more peachy toned just here, right under my eyes. And then at the inner corner I'm going to use quite a light peach tone blush. And then I'll diffuse that into a blue pink. So it is definitely, I mean, it is definitely just about playing with these colours. And if you feel like you've gone too far, I think I've got too much coral there, just buff over. I'm going to add a tiny bit more pink just here in the temple. So just keep stepping back and having a look just to check balance. So for me, I feel like I need to fill in my brows a little bit more now. I have all this colour. I'm just going to put a little bit more this orangey blush just around the corner of my eyes, and then just keep stepping back, and eventually you'll be like, oh, that's just all come together and it looks, you're just happy with it and it looks nice. So I'm not going to put anything else on my eyes. I've decided I'm not going to put a liner. If I was going out at night, I would probably put some individual feathery lashes on the top, just because I like all these colours. It looks quite ethereal because I've used quite a lot of pinks. So I'd probably use have the lashes on as well. But really it's up to you. If you want a black liner with it, you'll still get that watercolour blush effect. And I think just go with your instincts. Just do it as if you are painting. So lay out your blush colours. Get yourself a couple of brushes, at least 2 or 3, because if you don't use a clean brush, say you've put on a really soft colour and then you're using a really intensely pigmented red or a blue pink, if you're only using one brush and you're going from one to the other, you will eventually they'll all blend in together and you'll just have one colour. So have a couple of brushes to hand and go as light or as strong as you want. This is kind of middle, I'd say. I could have gone a little bit softer, a little bit lighter, but I definitely could have gone stronger as well. If you want to make more of a statement, then go for it. And that's it. Hope that was helpful, and I'll see you soon.